Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. Beautiful hot day today. So nice. We're out and about having a wee walk. So today I was going to talk about identity and what your identity is or what you think your identity is. What is your personal history? What do you think your personal history is made up of? Do you have a history of things that you carry around with you that you have shaped into the person that you are? All those experiences from your childhood right up until this very moment, and created this persona about yourself. And do you cling to that to make you out to be the person that you are? Is that the story that you tell yourself and tell other people who you meet about yourself? Are you the mother, the father, the sibling, the doctor, the artist, the lawyer, the factory worker, whatever it is? The things that have happened to you, whether they're good or bad, these are all the things that shape who you think you are as an identity. And I often think, if we drop all those labels, if we look at all those things, do we ever really truly know what our identity is? If we get rid of all of that, all those interpretations from the past, then what are you left with? Who are you? Who is that person? And that can be very scary for some people, to take all that away and look inside and see who you truly are, without all of that. Some people have more than one identity. They swap them around like sweeties. And to some people they're one identity, and then to other people they have other stories and other identities. And these identities we carry around, some people carry them around their whole lives, never question it. But if you create a story about who you are, you create an identity about who you are, you don't grow and you don't change. It's only when we can look in and see all these things that we think about ourselves as to who we are, is when the change really happens. It's very difficult for some people to let go of the stories that they've created, the identities they've created, because it's become a running narrative. It's how you identify yourself in the world to everybody around you, and how you perceive yourself to be in every situation. Whether they're good stories or bad stories, you build your whole character around that narrative, and it can be very, very difficult to let that go and to look and see who you really are, what your true identity is. But if you can look inside and see these patterns that shift and change you and have created your stories, that's when you really can see who you really are, and the things you need to let go of, and the things you need to change to create a new story. And I don't mean to create a new identity, I mean to become your true self, your true story, not all the narratives that you've placed upon yourself about who you think you are and who everybody else thinks that you are. All these experiences that we've had, whether they're good or bad, they're constructs. In reality, they aren't a true sense of who we truly are. They're what we've shaped around us, all those experiences, to create an identity of ourselves that we portray into the world. We run these patterns. Some are very negative, some are very defeating, some are positive. But when you start to recognize these patterns, when you start to grow and see them and let go of the bad ones and keep the good ones, then your life will change. You know, there's an old saying that we are the sum of the closest 5 people to us in our lives. And if those 5 people are negative or gossipers or are not doing well in their lives, they have very bad habits and they're not responsible or they're not successful in lots of different ways. And I don't mean in monetary ways. I mean within themselves, about how they feel. That will shape who you are as well. So if you're surrounded by people who are loving and kind and supportive and are successful in all of these types of ways, then that will rub off on you and you'll be more supportive and you'll be kinder. So it's something to really think about, you know, because there's another old saying that if you want to be successful, surround yourself by successful people. Get that mindset, because if you surround yourself by people who are not, you will never be successful. What is around you and what you've shaped your life to be and who you think you are is what will come into your life. The more positive you are, the more positive people you have in your life, the more positive your life will be. And you won't need to create stories or create identities because it's false. And if you're living false stories and have created a false identity, your life will be false and the people that come into your life will also be false. So you need to start with good intentions about yourself and bring people with good intentions into your life and sift out the ones that don't have good intentions. If you can't get rid of them, then at least create good distance and start to see the people around you and what you think about yourself and start to look at the patterns that you've created. Are they true? Are they not true? And look inside to find your real self and have faith in that real self so you don't have to create a narrative. You don't have to create a story. You can just be who you are. Create self-worth and a belief in yourself and have people around you who think the same and that want you to just be who you are, not an identity or a story that you've created. Until next time, take care.